Bone here with a brand new episode of Cigar Stories with Mr. Bone. Today we're going to be talking about sociopaths, and one particular sociopath that I was roommates with in the high security ward of Port Manatee. This is an area where the most dangerous criminals are housed. The reason that I share these stories is because they're interesting. A lot of you guys like to hear them, but I really want you guys to key in on what we can learn from some of these evil and dangerous people. This particular sociopath, his name was Blaine Ross. He was a roommate of mine shortly after killing both of his parents with a baseball bat in Bradenton, Florida. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this story first. From what I understand it, and from talking to him, basically he was just a spoiled brat. And if you guys are parents out there, the worst thing you can do for your kids is to give them everything they want. You've got to make your kids find a way to get things on their own. They have got to learn to develop work ethic and an appreciation for things early in life. Now, this guy was also a sociopath, and I think that was a little bit of nature and nurture, or in other words, his parents raised him wrong, and he had some chemical imbalances going on in the brain, I believe. But the general gist of what happened is his parents basically cut his credit card off. And for that, since obviously he was not used to having to make his own money and he felt entitled, he killed them both with a baseball bat. He went in their bedroom and beat them to death. And then he went and threw the baseball bat in the Manatee River. Now, this guy was a true sociopath. Is that documented? Did I read some sort of a police report or psychiatrist report that said he was a sociopath? No, I did not. How do I know? I know. I can read people. These are my experiences that I'm sharing with you. Now, how to deal with a sociopath? You treat a sociopath like a rattlesnake in every aspect of it. That guy was my roommate. I treated it like there was a rattlesnake sleeping in the room with me every night. That's the only way to treat it. Now, let me tell you some telltale characteristics of how you can tell a sociopath what a sociopath is, and I'll tell you more about this guy. A sociopath is basically somebody that can not experience, to one degree or another, compassion for others, or put themselves in the shoes of others, so to speak. A sociopath is someone that worries only about themselves and always puts themselves first, even at the expense of others. Blaine Ross was a true sociopath because he had no remorse. He felt no remorse. He was walking around and he was the most regular seeming kid you'd ever see. I say kid because I was 18 at the time. He was probably very close to that same age. And, he was just joking around. He was like he was in high school. No remorse, not sorry for anything, no grieving his parents, just walking around and joking and having a ball and just living, whatever life that he wanted to live, as if nothing had happened, as if he had done nothing wrong. And it was very clear that he was able to feel no remorse, that he had no consideration of others outside himself. He felt that, again, with nature and nurture together, his parents raised him to feel entitled. His parents raised him to feel like he had earned that new car in the driveway, that he had earned that being able to go to school and study without having a job, that he had earned being able to use that credit card for whatever the heck he wanted to and not having to answer to his parents, being able to go and come as he pleased. And that's just really what led to this situation, I think. Other than him having those chemical imbalances, his parents really... Did they bring it on themselves? No, I'm not saying that. But they did raise him to be a bad person. And the way that you do that is by giving your kids a credit card, by buying your kids new cars, by all of these things. He was using that credit card to go out and have fun and this, that, and the other. And okay, so he had developed maybe he developed a drug problem or, anything like that, but it doesn't matter. The point blank period here is that we can gain from this is that as a parent, you are responsible for providing for your children and your kids the essentials so they can survive, yes, but you also need to instill in them a work ethic, and the only way to do that is to not give them what they want. You got to teach them to work for what they want and teach them to earn it themselves. So his parents did not do that. On the other end of the spectrum, he had all of this stuff, and then when his parents realized that they had done wrong and they cut off the credit card, it was too late. Okay, he was already 19 years old or 21 or whatever, 22, whatever age he was, and by the time that their parents took the blinders off, because parents don't see this, parents don't realize this, they're blinded by the love for their children, and by the time they realized they had created a monster and that he needed to get a job and learn some skills and all this, it was too late. They cut him off, and he felt like they robbed him. And a normal person, when you feel robbed, any child raised like that is going to feel like, since they feel like they earned that stuff they didn't earn, then they're going to feel like it was stolen from them because they feel like it's theirs. When you give your kids all this stuff, they don't realize it's not theirs. They feel like they earned it. And that's the terrible thing. That's what's wrong with it. But a normal kid without these chemical imbalances is going to just cut ties with their parents, run away, go live with their boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever the situation might be. In this case, he killed his parents because there's something else going on there. Obviously, he was a sociopath. So how do you deal with sociopaths? I'll close out with how to deal with sociopaths. If you guys like this video, comment below. If you want to hear more jail stories on my channel and learn about the lessons we can learn from these jail stories, comment below. Let me know that. But anyway, how to deal with a sociopath. Like a rattlesnake. What do I mean by that? You need to always be wary of that ability to bite you. Okay? You pet the snake? No. Do you coddle the snake? Do you feed the snake? No. As Christians, I'm a Christian, and even if you're not a Christian, if you have a moral compass and standards that you live by, then we all treat people with respect. Okay? So I treat that rattlesnake with respect. I'm not just going to shoot it because it's a rattlesnake. When I'm hiking, if I see snakes, no, I don't kill the snakes, but I'm wary of the snake, okay? I give the snake its room, and I don't spend any more time with it than I have to. I'm respectful, but I am always in my mind that snake will bite me no matter what I do to it. No matter how good I treat it or how bad I treat it, that snake is going to bite me if it feels like it needs to bite me and when it has the chance. Whenever it's more beneficial for that snake to bite me, it's going to bite me regardless of what I do. So with sociopaths, that's how we need to treat them. We need to treat them with respect, but we need to give them their distance, and we need to realize that no matter how we treat that person is going to hurt us when they have the opportunity, or if they feel like that it's going to benefit them in any way, regardless of whether we're respectful or whether we do good with them or whether we think that they are our friend, they're going to hurt us given the chance. So we need to just keep those people at a distance, treat them with respect, and don't give them the opportunity to bite us. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Bone out.